Hi and welcome to this week's project. This week is going back to another gaming project, and this project is me, currently at the minute I'm actually routing out the link image from the Zelda games. Now the Legend of Zelda game for me goes right back to, I think it was probably the late 80s. I'm having a bit of a guess here, but the late 80s I had an NES system and I had this game, and it came in a cartridge in this little box, and it had a little map and everything in it. I absolutely loved this game. I had little notepads with all my little notes on where different things were inside the game, and because you had to go away and you'd go and find dungeons to explore, and the whole idea with Zelda was to, you know, increase your knives and use magic, and ultimately to rescue the princess. But I had hours and hours. The Nintendo game system was just a massive game changer, really. Excuse the pun, from what we'd had previously. Nintendo, I've always had a lot of respect for their games, because even now I don't have a Nintendo game system, but I certainly wouldn't turn one down. They have always made excellent games on there that do, you know, I found all the games that I played just run beautifully. And the Legend of Zelda, really, it was the second big game in my life. There was only really 3 or 4. 4 was probably the maximum. And this was the second big game in my life. Hours and hours. I'd be up all night playing it. Loved it. Brilliant game, and I truly still think, for the memories I have of it, the first Zelda was brilliant. Although, you know, as any Zelda fans out there will know, there's been a lot of Zelda games since then, and they still currently make Zelda. And I do love the current ones as well. I think it's probably been about 5 or 6 years since I've played one. I mean, I don't know how much you all remember out there, because I'm probably a bit older than maybe some of you that will watch this video, but GameCube was out after this, and they actually released all the Zelda games. It was like a collection edition, and I do have this console. It's at a friend's house, I think, now, and I let her have the console for the kids to play on, but the one thing I said was never to sell that game, because much like the Lara Croft, it's a game that I forever want to keep in my life, even if I don't have the system to play them. It just has such amazing memories for me. And, you know, then going on to playing it on I think it was a Game Boy you called it. I wasn't big into the Game Boy, but anything Zelda I would play. So what I did for this is I actually just got a bit of cheap pine shelving, and then I used a program called Poster Razor. I don't think I've pronounced that right, but what it'll do is I can put an image into there, which I just used an image from Google. I then used another program to turn it into a black and white image, and then I printed it out in this Poster Razor into a poster size to match what I needed it to be to fit on this board. So using the router and just using a carving bit in the router, I needed really narrow, very, very narrow lines to do this part. This next part here is I wanted the colours. When I eventually put colours into this, I wanted them to really show up well. So this part here is me just in all the lines, I'm actually just painting white, so that it's got a good background on it for the colours that I'm going to be putting in here. All these steps took a long time, and all the little channels on that I'd cut out with the router had to be really cleaned out well, in order for the resin to be able to flow in there, because that's what the aim is to put in there, and yeah, two, for when you're painting and stuff in there, and you know, the plan with the colours and stuff, it needed to stand out. So on this part now, this actually turns out to be the first time that I have to coat this. I decided, in order for the colours to stand out the way I had in my mind, which you never really know if it's going to work out when you've got it in your mind, but I decided that a black background. I'd seen an image that was, you know, that did this as well with a dark background, and so I decided that was the reason I used cheap pine, is because I knew it was going to be painted. This actually is the first time I've actually seen it working on a time lapse, and it's quite amazing to actually even see it being painted on like this. Like I say, I mean, this was hours and hours of work. It really was a project of love. I've done this nothing more than for me and to show you something different. Yeah, I like it. So now I'm getting to do the colours here. I actually heated the resin up. It's the Amazing Clear Cast I'm using, and I heated the resin up so that I could use a syringe to put it in, because I felt this was the only way I could do it, but I needed a thick enough needle tip on it that the resin would flow through it. So I still struggled on this bit. It came out of the little channels and it went onto the black paint, and at this point I was still thinking I could possibly rectify things at this point. You know, a lot of fiddling to get this bit done. The colour that I used was the flow resin, which you get from House of Resin as well, and I wanted it to with the flow resins, if you use a UV light, the colours, they just stand out as if they're backlit, really. And the reason I filled it like that is because once I put it up into my living room, that I will be able to get a UV light, or a black light they call it, above it, so that the picture will actually, you know, look like it's lit. So yeah, it was a flow green I was actually using here, and yeah, I was really impressed by the colours. Actually, I just couldn't stop getting the UV light. You'll see every now and again I'm flashing the UV light over it, you know, just to make sure I got the look I wanted. On the shield here I also used a flow colour, and I think it's supposed to be flow red. It looks more orangey here, but it actually turned out perfect. I loved the colour of it in the end. So this is me now just doing the hair. It was also a flow colour. I tried to use all the bits on that I wanted to stand out, really. There was lots of colour combinations. I had a plan of what colours I wanted to use. So, and as you can see here, I'd sort of given up trying to save the black backdrop of this picture by this stage, and just decided to get the resin in, and that I would fix all these errors after, which is what I did.
I did a lot of bad things, and never did I give in, just 'cause the thought of being vulnerable made me feel less than I am. I have never felt home.
You start to really notice at this point, once I start to get the white and that in, things started to stand out.
Till you entered my door, and from that moment I knew that a home is whatever you choose. That's the thing about you. The best thing I did, and I want you to know, was letting you in. From that moment I knew that you were all I missed. Baby, it took just one kiss. 'Cause here in your arms I can finally let go. The rest of the world is outside when you make sure I'm all you've missed. Baby, it takes just one kiss. Many years have gone by, many tears have dried out.
Now it was about getting the board cut down to size. I'd already knew I was going to have to back coat this now, so it was time just to make the changes. Sanded it all down. It wasn't as much to get the black off, it was mainly to get any of the spilled resin that had come over the top. I'd left this probably a few days in between from casting the resin, so, and the back I just used a primer colour actually, just darkened it, and then it was back to this painting again, the black outline. But this time it wasn't quite as easy because there was an awful lot of lines to go around.
I know that I will be with you as long as you still want me to. All the things we've been through, everything that's been you, there isn't anything else that I wish I had done to be true. Yeah, that's the thing about you. The best thing I did, and I want you to know, was letting you in. From that moment I knew that you were all I missed. Baby, it took just one kiss. 'Cause
Right, and this was me. The final finishing was a complete resin covering all over the top. It took hardly any resin to do this actually. There was just popping the bubbles there using the blowtorch. Because obviously none of this resin here was degassed. I just used a blowtorch, and there was actually one dimple on it. Maybe, yeah, there was one major dimple, but it was nothing that I was particularly worried about after. And sometimes that just happens. Cover it to stop the dust. And this is it all done. I really hope you enjoyed this project. I absolutely loved making it. So this is Link from the game Zelda. Thank you very much everybody for watching.